The views and opinions expressed in this broadcast are those of the host/guest and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any of BXR entities and those they represent.
Stop. What it do, what it is. You are joining me tonight, June 13th. Wow, June the 13th, 2024, for some more of You Better Live. You already know what I give. I am the host, Chess World, the Empress Lady Cake Mix. I'm just coming through to encourage somebody and help you encourage somebody to just keep on living. Look, I got a show tonight. Look, I got a show every Thursday at 7. So if this is your first time joining me, or if you are just like day one, you hear me? Let me get some love up in these chats. Let me know that you're here. Say, hey, yeah. Let me know that you're there so I can give you that love right on back. But before we get into all of that, look, I ain't come on here trying to rhyme tonight, but I'm gonna do a lot of rhyming tonight. That's just where I'm at, where my mood is at. Just trying to stay awake. And I need y'all to wake up. But listen, let's get this prayer out. Some grace in this place, because first thing is first. Then I'm gonna move on with my shout outs of these Geminis. Yes, a whole bunch of their birthdays is flying by, but y'all got like a week and a day left. Yeah, because next Friday, Geminis are going to be up out of here. But I'm going to give you a little bit more spill on them. Let me go ahead and give God that honor and that glory and all of that is due. Stay prayed up and praised up, fam. Listen, it's the only way. Oh, Father God, I thank you, Lord. Thank you for another day, Lord, to be in the land of the dead, but to be living, Lord, to be alive. A good day to be seen and not viewed, oh Heavenly Father. Oh Heavenly Father, I thank you, Lord, for everything that's coming our way, oh Father God. Let us be mindful that everything, oh Father God, even though it may be bad, is happening for our good, oh Father God. I come to you simply to give you praise, oh Father God, and our praise and our prayer, oh Father God, as I start this show. I know I tend to ask you for things, oh Father God, but today I'm just saying thank you. Thank you. Thank you for keeping us, oh Father God. Thank you for being who you are. Thank you for letting us be as so privileged that we can cry out to you for all our needs, all of our concerns, all of our issues, Lord. But the blessing of it all, Lord, is that you already know. You know all and you see all, oh Father God, and we completely trust in you. Thank you. Thank you, oh Father God. Amen. Yes, thank you. Just to say thank you. Because whatever we do need to ask him for, listen, God already knows. So don't you be afraid to talk to him. I'm trying to tell you, it worked for me. I don't know what worked for you, but it worked for me. So I got to tell y'all, and I got to spread that love, okay? God is real. He's a true and living God. And but God, I'm telling you, ain't no way. A lot of times that I would make it. But listen here. Tonight, we're going to get into the topic of my space. My space. My space. Let me tell you all about it. And no, I'm not talking about the phenomenon of social media was started before this here, what I'm kind of like live on today, that Facebook. Not talking about my space in that regard, but yeah, simply what it says, my space. And not only mine, but yours. And that's why I'm bringing it to this table, this black one. I don't think y'all can see the tabletop, but this black one with this see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil little figurine I got. And of course, my son, you better live. Because listen, people are just not respectful of your space. I know it. I know they are not, right? And some people are, right? But the point that I'm bringing up in my space is that some people, we have to start allowing people to really genuinely have their space and be okay with them needing their space. Like, say, for instance, right? You know how I always say, you always say too, that we need to love, pray for one another, and support one another, and just be there for one another. Yes, we do. We do. We all are in this place, in this space to do that and to support one another. But in the instance that you have a friend, a loved one, all of my friends are family, that just at particular times kind of go astray, sometimes kind of shuts down, maybe dealing with some issues or something in their life, or you just know like what's going on. We talk about how people just lose it, but you just know, right, what they are going through. And your first instinct, because of the fam that you are, is just to, be there for them, console them, encourage them, and all of that good stuff. But even myself, right? Because I told y'all how I was a little bit one of them people reluctant to take help and to take assistance, right? So I am new to being opened up to that. But in some instances, I still really need my space. And I'm one of those people that always try to encourage people and console people when I do know that a friend is going through. But I am just learning. And what I want people to learn is that when they want their space, they want their space. And it's not saying that a lot of times you're not open to support. Because me being new and really letting in the support and letting in people wanting to help me in ways that I've always helped people, but it just was hard for me to receive that, right? But at the same time, I want you to understand that when people don't want that at that moment, give them that space. Give them that space, because sometimes people just need to process it for themselves for a little while. You know what I mean? I know you know about the situation, you're checking on them, you're encouraging them. But every time, fam, it's not necessary for you to be in their space, right? When they need their space. Y'all hear what I'm saying? I'm saying the space a lot. So I don't want to be spacing y'all out and y'all missing the point. But yeah. So understand, yes, we supposed to support one another, love on your friends, pray on your friends, love on who loves you. When you know somebody is going through, be there for them how you can. But in that moment, if they don't want you to be there how you can or how you want to be there, respect that. They still know you there. They still know you there. And they may be, like me, still struggling to be able to accept that support and accept that love. But they know you there. Okay? They know you there. And yeah, you can keep calling back, keep on checking on them and stuff. But if something is not, hmm, what I'm saying, warranted, like you say, I'm coming over there. And they say, yeah, come on. I need that. Or you calling their phone and they don't answer several times, send your messages and everything else like that. I ain't saying don't go after a while, because some people be really in that space. You know what I mean? You just keep checking up, okay? But respect their space and let them have their space, and don't feel any type of way about them wanting their space. You even too as an individual. I know when there's things or situations happen in your life, and you may be one of those people that's always open to someone being around you, consoling you, talking to you, whatever you may need to get through, right? Or you might be like me, like I said, right? But even in those moments and you feel like you need your space, be okay with telling people that. Sometimes you need your space, sometimes you need to figure it out for yourself. And while we talk about things that may be bad happening for your good, is the truth. So that's that flight as well. I mean, it's a little complicated. I'm trying to break it down and let y'all know it's a lot, because I just been thinking about it, some things that I've been going through and really how I've been feeling. And in discussions, it just always happened like that. And I say nothing happens miraculously. And when I'm going through certain things, I know someone that's going through something quite similar or has already been through it, right? And I just happen to be and overhear those conversations, or people come to me and they're talking about exactly what I've been through or what I'm currently going through. And I say, yeah, yeah. So that was one of those things. And I'm just saying, be okay with your fam wanting that space, and you be okay with letting them know that you need your space. Okay? It's all right. It's all right. Because I need my space when I need my space before I spaz out, before I space out, but no spaz out. But that just was the start of the message and getting to some points that I'm going to bring up about the topic in my space. But that was it. Wanted to get that out first a little bit while a little bit was on my mind. But like I always say, once I come on here and I be thinking it and all that stuff, like, goodness gracious, I lost the thought. But then I also say, God, if I ain't standing right and it ain't tight, find that tongue. So it might be a little bit of that. I don't know. I don't know. So maybe I'm being caught up for a reason. I have no idea. But it's this Gemini seasons. We're gonna talk more about that. But let me give a shout out to the Geminis. Geminis, yeah, yeah. Them Geminis that came in like the twins. They are May 21st through June the 20th. Next week will be your last day. So y'all better keep on raining. And Geminis, certainly they are. They are the social butterflies of the zodiac, in my opinion. Jack, they will talk to anybody about anything, anywhere. I always say my son Ja, whose birthday was just Monday on the 10th, he can make a friend and see where. People say he like me, he got my personality, talking and everything. But anybody that know me knows that I only talk to you. If I know you, you know me. Oh, that ain't the truth. That ain't the truth. I talk to people, they get to talking to me, and I get that talking right on back. But I'm talking about talk to you. You know what I'm saying? I don't do all that talking if I don't know how you walking. And that's straight up. I got squeezed through this little old, look, silly straw, and I ain't getting no water. We just, look, ain't no wine. Just water, and I sliced up some strawberries, trying to stay refreshed because it was hot. It was hot out there today. But these Geminis, okay, the social butterflies of the zodiac, they are definitely playful. Yes, good people. You will laugh with them, have a lot of fun. And they got a lot of questions. Yes, they are intellectually just like inquisitive. They just curious. They just had questions about everything. I'm talking about my son Jai. He asked me questions, and I'd be like, "Wow, like yeah, I want to know too." Like he asked me the other day, like, "Mom, who's the person who decided what the numbers would be called, and why they don't never stop, and how they decided that every?" I was like, "I don't know. I have no clue, son. Who was the first person in the world?" I'm like, "I have no clue." But it's Gemini son. They are the quick-witted twins, two sides. Yes, just like two Shanes. They love a social gathering, any type of party it is. And I mean, this can be a dinner party, it can be a dance party, whatever it is, they there. Or it can just be like, yeah, they just sitting and chilling. Any social event, they just love it. Like I said, they talk as I talk about anything, anywhere, with anybody. That's no lie. So if you know my son Jai, you know I ain't lying. And if you know a Gemini, my mother a Gemini, my good brother Eddie was a Gemini, right? And they are really able to get around well and like various passions, that they have, whether it be a hobby, their job, something that they're working on, their social circles, with their friends, and they just show everybody love. They make everybody feel important. If they love you, they know how to love on you. I talked about Dirk Jones, Ja, my mother, Eddie. Like, yeah, they just some type of people. And as I've been going through my life and meeting Geminis, they just have always been that way. But like all signs and all peoples, because I tell you, the zodiac signs are not all of you. Like, tell you everything head on, but a lot of stuff be right on the money. And it definitely has a lot to do with our personalities. Ain't nobody gonna tell me different. You born when you born for a reason, okay? And they got some weaknesses. They are indecisive, they are a little bit impulsive, somewhat unreliable at times. I mean, they try to come through, but yeah. Uh and nosy. Nosy. I'm going back and forth, y'all, trying to look at my notes, making sure I cover everything because I wrote all that stuff down about them. And they nosy. They nosy. I'm just saying, they good people to talk to or be there for you, but just watch out. Don't tell them all your secrets. They ain't the ones to tell all your business. Because just like I said, they looking to talk to anybody about anything, anywhere. Soon as you tell your business, that's what they going at. So yeah, don't tell your secrets. So that song, you can tell your secret. That what I made for this, but your secrets are safe with me. She wasn't singing to you, Gemini's. But I love them. I love them. I love them. I love them dearly. As you know, and as I shared, I have some Geminis that are so dear to me. So happy birthday to all the Geminis. We'll be partying in y'all season all the way up into next Friday. And then y'all out of here. Who coming up next? The cancers. The cancers. The ones who make you sick. But I love them too. Of everybody. But shout out Geminis. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. And ain't y'all so lucky that y'all gonna get another shout out next Thursday because it's still gonna be Gemini season. But I'm also gonna be teasing y'all because yeah, the next day, bye-bye at 12, y'all are up out of here. So you know how it go. I'll share a whole bunch of the what in the whats and the what in the worlds because stuff just be happening. And suddenly it had you like what in the what. I never can get off everything, even the what and the what's that y'all said, even the what and the what's that I come across. I always have a ton of them. Every time I reading or coming across stuff, I kind of send it to myself and then I pick, yeah, I'm gonna talk about this and talk about that. But I never fully get to cover all of them, and that is all right too. But this what in the what? Usually I start with my hometown. I gotta give an update on that, right? Got to give an update on that. It's not necessarily a what and a what, but we were talking about the mayoral election that was down here. Yes, the primary, and it looks like who was on that ballot? Who won it for the general? Yes, Brandon Scott. Brandon Scott. So us folks down in Baltimore appear to be giving him another chance to help us get it right. So Brandon Scott is up on there. I'm a little sad that Sheila Dixon, after he took uh, the victory, was saying that she was not running again. She said that is if her mother Sheila said, listen, I didn't try to get back in there. I really thought, now these are my words, that she was getting back up in there this time, but it did not work out like that. And I guess she's tired of working on that campaign trail. But what I always say is so great about her is that she loves Baltimore. So even while she announced that she won't be running for our mayor again, she still will stay devoted and dedicated to moving the city in a way that she hopes to see. She says she loves Baltimore. She was saying that all through her campaign, never moved and never was moved, even with a lot of that controversy that was following her when she sat in that seat. So farewell, Sheila Dixon, in that regard, but she's still here. So salute to her and congratulations, Brandon Scott. See you for the next 2 years. Yeah, because I think the mayor's what? They run 2 or 4.
Why do people say congratulations when they don't mean it? Because you didn't mean that. You didn't mean that.
Don't tell me that. I feel different about it.
Why do people say congratulations when they don't mean it?
I feel different. I can't say that totally, Monty, because I feel different about it now. What I'm giving them congratulations on is, uh,
What?
I don't know.
Lying, cheating his way into office.
That nigga made it. He back up in there.
That's what you're congratulating him on, lying and cheating his way back into office.
That's what he made it. Look, listen. Mm, mm, mm. They done
Anyway,
voted Brandon Scott back up in there morning. While they was complaining about everything, I guess it looked good. A lot of people still mad at Sheila.
no, that just makes them stupid.
And just like they were saying, they were still mad at Sheila. And just like that little mishap, just looking at
Mad at her
something.
for what? Nothing she did affected nobody else besides the people
I
that it was
know. It
intended
was
for.
still those gift
So
cards.
again, here we go.
People was acting gifted. People was acting gifted. That's that type of the ID type of gifted. But
I want the people to name who was hurt. That's what the question needs to be. Can you name
somebody
who
feeling
was
down in
hurt?
City Hall. Somebody feelings down in City Hall was hurt because Sheila wasn't trying to follow through with what they was trying to do. Now, you know, while we had Trump throwing around that word witch hunt, you know that was on some witch hunt type of stuff. Now, I don't know what went on, but it's messy. You know, it was messy, and you know, we all know that situation was blown out of proportion. Just like I said, the first time when she was running for mayor, I didn't vote for her, not because of uh, any type of resentment for why she was out of office or thinking that she was wrong in that regard. But the gift cards, it was simply because I knew it would be still so much messiness down there with her sitting in that seat. And I didn't think that she would be able to really get nothing done like she wanted to get done. I mean, by the time she got in there and rehiring people and letting people go and all that, have been time for her to get up out of there. But by this time, this election, I thought people were really over it. But what I was seeing if the news first came out that Brandon did take that victory, was that people were still speaking on that. Like, yeah, we don't want nobody in there that is, and this is just on social media, people that I follow and don't follow, but seeing it on some of the threads. We don't want nobody on there. And I'm still taking from the people, talking about the situation she had where she was assaulted, had the little incident on camera when she was doing the interview, still saying that if she can't control her household and something like that happened, and how can she, people was feeling like she ain't speak on it enough. And yeah, that's what she do, hide stuff. So it was a lot of that. Unfortunately, sometimes it's something put out like that about you, and because the way that it can be put out so massively, right, through TV, through the news, and always talking about it or whatever, it's like brainwashed. So even if it's not true, the way that they talk about it and the way that they report it, we talk about that a lot. The differences and when something that's being reported, when it's us, and how words play a big difference, and how they put it out there, and the pictures they show up on the screen and stuff when they talking about it. All that plays a part. And it's all a tactic, you know what I mean, for you to pay attention to that story, but at the same time, to believe what they are saying is fact. And a lot of news, of course, do their due diligence and make sure that they are telling you the facts. But the way that they be saying it, sometimes it make you feel the type of way about somebody. And if you hear it long enough, it kind of gets stuck. So I think a lot of that was going on with Sheila Dixon in the city of Baltimore, because some people really don't be knowing about stuff. Come on now, we gotta admit that. Like, so a lot of times you don't really be knowing what be going on with people. Even we ain't even talk about Sheila Dixon. We talking about just an L life, right? And if you keep hearing something about a person, yeah, it kind of makes you feel some type of way about them without you truly even knowing. So I know how that goes. Yeah, that's what I do. In all situations, I try to put myself in the shoes and try to really look at it from all angles and outside of the box. So yeah, Moni, that is true. Well, I gave Brandon Scott congratulations. I meant it like, yeah, congrats, because like he's like, okay, yeah, that's basically what he did do. but not congratulations on that. But I'm like, all right, congrats. He got written back in there, you know. So he's in that system, and my attitude is trying to be, don't let it work me, but work with the system. So if that's what it is, that's what we got to work with. So yeah, congratulations. I mean, at the end of the day, at the end of it all, I gotta set all that aside if I do still want to see change. So I be needing to talk to Brandon now. And you know how I play in the field. If I don't really care for you, you would never really know. So I watch myself. I'm gonna be real, but yeah, I just know it's gonna come a time when I'm gonna need to have to try to work that system. So congrats, Brandon. But yeah, that was going on. I thought Sheila was in there. Sorry, Monty. I know you wanted her in there so well too as well.
Yeah,
So
but I still don't
it
offer
is what it
congratulations.
is, right? It is what it is. I'm ready
No,
to see how
but
I
it's
can
not
get through
though.
to that governor to
Not
get
though. Even when
this
you say you got to work
DUI
the
for my
system,
stuff.
it's still not. The system still has to work for you because you are a citizen. It's not because you have to work the citizen. So congratulations are due when they're due.
Oh,
Not just
oh.
because you want to work the system. You don't give somebody congratulations because you want to work the system. That's called a con. That's what that is.
So, am I hearing no congrats from you?
You will never hear a congrats from me. Absolutely not.
Stop.
He's not who
Stop.
I
You
wanted in
got me
office. So
choking.
I'm not giving you congratulations. I'm not conceding or any of that because he's
You
not
got
who
me
I voted
choking.
for.
You got me choking. Well
The only
done.
people that owe him congratulations are the people that voted for him.
Oh, well done. Oh, yeah,
I
I
did
did.
not. I don't
I
want
did
him
not.
there. He did a poor job for the past 4 years, and you elected him for another poor job for the next 8.
Mm.
I answer that question on the route of my
Well,
truck
yeah, I
outside. I
believe
have
it.
been
So
going
was that
over
me
all of these
being
people on speed
was that
bumps,
was,
potholes for the past 3 weeks.
was that me being that was me being politically correct, wasn't
That
it?
was you being trying to be politically correct, offering somebody congratulations that you know you didn't vote for. Exactly.
That was me being politically correct. That's what I'm telling y'all.
The only
This
person that should have
bird,
conceded this election is the person that
this
lost.
bird
That was you.
always be wrestling and all that with that flush. That's what I say. You can't even be in your space. In my space without always having to consider all of
Can
that
I ask
and
you a question?
what
Can I
you
ask you an
saying
honest
or
question
somebody
about this?
thinking. Yes,
What
go
did
ahead. I
you
like when you
hear?
ask me
What did you
questions.
hear his campaign that you agreed with? Nothing. You heard nothing because he had no campaign. He ran on lies and bullcrap.
Yeah, and I certainly was turned away and displeased at things that he was stating about other candidates. Well, not other candidates, Sheila Dixon, in his
Right.
campaign commercials because a lot of the
That's
stuff
what he
that he
was
was saying
running on.
about
He was
her
running
was
on
just
defeating
was
her. He was
blatant,
running. That was his entire campaign was running on defeating her. He had
right?
nothing new to offer. Nothing that
Nothing.
he was going
And
to
a
use.
lot of the
He was
things
trying
he
to
was saying
use
about her
accomplishments.
was blatant lies. And it was really gassed up. And I felt it was very disrespectful to be talking about this lady who could be your mother, your grandmother in that way, this black woman in that way. So yeah, he definitely ran with that narrative of what, like how I said, was being spewed out for
But you
so
never
long
heard a
about
bullet
Sheila
point of what
Dixon.
he wanted to do for the city. Nothing.
I
He
mean,
had
of
no
course, he
plan.
talked about the crime and
That's not new.
I know
That's
he
not
rushed
new.
to get that Patterson
I don't
Park
want to hear.
pool
I did this
open.
campaign. I did not want to hear anything about crime because you still
Mm.
haven't fixed anything. And again, it's not his job to do that. That's
No
the
street.
police.
He brung that but this was what's crazy to me too though. He did start moving the feet a little bit. Towards I think when he felt like he was getting out of there, because they got the weekly recycling bag. Uh
Ours was already weekly.
I see them again. Yeah, ours was well, mine was bi-weekly for a
Mine was
long
weekly.
time.
Mine was always weekly.
Oh
Every
yeah,
Friday.
mine was bi-weekly for a long time. But no, remember it had switched? And it started
Mine
me.
didn't. They didn't switch
Oh,
ours. At least I didn't notice it anyway.
mm. Yeah, they had switched it. Well, that had came back. I see they done ripped Boston Street up again. How many times they gonna fix that block?
It's never
Um,
fixed. That's the problem.
that that
How many times
road.
you want? And
But
that's
it
the
was
that's
to
the
be
definition
that
of
they be
crazy.
fixing it. No,
And
to
that's
me,
the
it's like
definition
they
of
be
crazy.
fixing the
You keep
same
doing it and
streets
thinking you're
out
gonna get a better
here.
outcome. You keep doing it until you get a better outcome. No. Do it right the first time. You don't have to keep making outcomes.
Listen,
And ain't
yeah, it's
nothing
the
changed
same
about the
people.
pothole situation. How many times you got to complain on that? Nothing's
But
changed.
but just like but remember we was trying to educate people, Monty, though, and when I was sharing about them councilmen and them districts and stuff, y'all really got to get in their ears and keep on pushing them to bring out issues and stuff about these rules and everything. Like, yeah, the mayor here, but that that councilman that's in your district that sits on that Baltimore City Council, that's what we got to keep on calling and pushing and pushing and pushing to bring it up about these potholes, and y'all got to keep on complaining. Don't let stuff go
Yeah,
silent.
but
And don't.
I
That's
understand
why
that. That's
I
if you're
really think
talking
that a
about
lot of this stuff is so much our norm that is not
that, and
in
that's the part,
any
that
way.
norm word. The norm word that you
Yeah,
said, potholes are a norm. And it's
yeah,
not
it's
just
sad.
about calling
It's
your
sad.
councilman. Because that
It's
means you're gonna have
sad.
to go, that means all of them need to be called. So
Yeah,
then if they're all being called, it's like, all right, then it's not just a councilman problem. This is a city problem.
yeah, it is.
What is now the next
It
step?
is.
You can't just keep calling them saying there's a new pothole, because that's
It's
crazy. That's not their
certainly.
job specifically, just
It's
to worry
certain.
about how
It's
many
certainly.
potholes
What you
there is.
saying is that it just need to be a plan to
It
overhaul
needs to
all
be
the
an
shit.
overall plan.
Yes, it
Because
need
if
to
you
be an
know what
overall
happens,
plan
the
to
roads
make
are
sure they
messed
get to
up.
every street.
Every winter, you know the roads get messed up. So you should be fixing them come spring. Spring
Mm,
happens every single year. If you know that when you plow the streets when snow and you put that salt and stuff down, that it's going to pull up that asphalt that you laid,
right.
then you
But
should
hold
be out
on,
there fixing them right
not even
afterwards.
to mention, but hold on, not even to mention all of this traffic that they let through here. Because it's a whole bunch of trucks, semi trucks and stuff coming through here, a lot of shipment and stuff. So that messes up our roads too. So what I'm saying is that they should be considering all that. It should be a plan where it should be some type of system
Mm.
where they doing it already. That's what you're saying,
And
right?
then here's the other point. So right now, half of the tunnel system,
Hmm.
95 tunnel, is closed. How the hell are you closing a tunnel when you know the damn bridge is down? Why is that your priority right now? So now the traffic is backed up, even worse, because now you got half of the whole entire tunnel system, 4 lanes of tunnel. You got 2 of those 4 lanes closed.
Mm.
How does that make sense? When you got a whole bridge that's down where that traffic has to come back down 95 again just to get over East Baltimore.
It makes
But
no
why does
sense.
that make sense to
Just
these
like
people?
I don't even know how ever was their focus, the focus on all of these main avenues, North Avenue and all that, to turn them into these one lanes and had this bus lane. And I can understand want to move that Maryland transit or public transit along you know, along the way and help people get there faster and encouraging people. But and knowing that y'all traffic issues and stuff that we already had in this city, I don't know who
But that's
was
my
on
point.
that planning committee.
You know that the bridge fell apart. Like it fell apart right
Yes,
before our eyes.
like
So why
who
would
is
you
on
make
this
a plan
planning
to
committee? Who
close
is
down
on this
half of
traffic?
95 when you know that all
Right.
this traffic has to go somewhere?
Who is this making these decisions in the DOT? The
It doesn't make
Department of
sense.
Transportation, because right, I am
And
confused.
the highway administration.
Yes, and how who is it? Because I am confused.
It just don't
I
make
am
sense.
confused.
Every
I
time I
thought
get
it
on
was their
295 and I
job
see
to
that
make
backup right there because those people are
roads
trying to get on
safer.
95, trying to get
Right,
on 295 to get on 95, and that all that stuff gets backed up right there, and you can't even get home if you live in the city because everybody's trying to get on 95 right there at 295 almost at Russell Street.
right. I thought all those departments was to make traffic and make the driving experience more safer and everything. But a lot of the stuff that they putting into action lately is actually making it more hectic, more dangerous out here on
It's
these
like they just
roadways.
proceeded with that
And I
schedule as
say that
planned.
too
They're
in a
not
lot of
making any
situations
adjustments.
about the speed cameras. Like I understand it, and I know that it kind of deters people from speeding. No one wants to get a ticket and everything. But the way people slow down,
Just like you,
and
I
it's
showed you that ticket that I
earlier.
got from. Oh, I didn't even think I told you about that. Like, we got a ticket that day we went to that daggone thing on Park Heights.
Did
I
you?
don't remember speeding. I never sped down that block. It said I went 40 and a 25. How? And I don't remember us being flashed.
Listen, because it was nighttime when we left.
Yes.
Listen, that's the same way the one I got off of
Let
83.
me tell you, I never got the
Now,
original ticket. I got a citation saying a reminder about a ticket because I don't believe I got one. I don't believe they issued a ticket. This is, I
so
think it
now
was
you
fake.
got the
I think
ticket,
they
and
trying
now
to
you
gouge
got
people's money.
the ticket, and now that you didn't play it, it's a flag up motor vehicles. Now that you ain't paid on time, now it's a flag up motor vehicles. That's the
Well, I said
same
I
thing
got to
I'm
pay. I got to pay
saying.
it by the 19th.
That's
But
the same thing I'm
either
saying
way,
about my
I
speeding
never
ticket
got the
from off the
original where
83.
they sent me the camera shots. That's what
Yeah.
I'm talking about. I never got the picture one. All
Oh.
I got is one saying that I never paid, that it was late, and I got to June 19th to pay it. That's why I'm thinking this is fraud. Where are the
Oh.
picture ones? Why didn't I get that one? If I
Right.
got
Yeah.
this,
Follow about that. They sent me the picture once. They done caught me up on 83 saying I was doing 62. The speed limit is 50 up there now. And me too. I didn't remember ever getting flashed. And I definitely pay attention
if
to the
you
speed
was
cameras to try to
within the 12
avoid that.
miles, if you was,
And I don't think I was speeding either,
but
even though they got me flagged.
isn't the state thing that you can go
I
over
said
12?
that I said that I was going to dispute. I wanted to go to court like how I did
If it says
the
you was
one
doing
time.
62 and a 50, isn't the state thing that you can go 12 miles over the speed limit? So you were in,
Yeah, it said I went 62.
so that's in
It's
the
12. I
zone
guess
of possibility.
12. I don't know. That's what it say. I gotta look back at it. It might say 63.
Maybe it says 63.
But mind you, I don't even remember going 62, 63 because I've been paying attention. Them things been up on 83 for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And these speed cameras been around for a while. So yes, I'm really intentional to like pay attention to that because I don't have no money to be giving them. I don't. And I understand that it was put out, to try to stop people from speeding and stuff. But in a lot of instances, they dangerous. Like people be in front of you, slamming on brakes. People don't know when they cut off. Like I think they cut off like at the 8 or 9. I remember when I first started the show, we talked about that a lot. And I was telling you like, all the information about the times it cut off and everything. I'll say that when the cameras were not in operation. But then also I had found information where they are not really supposed to be there forever. Like when there's an issue somewhere and they put them up there and then the issue kind of subsides, they're supposed to take them down, but that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. The city, if they getting money there, I think that if it's making a certain amount of money there, yeah, they want to keep it there to get money, but that we go back. They're talking about these streets and these roads and stuff because that's being paid to the Department of Transportation, right? The Highway
Maybe they should just
Administration.
put
What
speed
are y'all
humps
doing
on
with this money? This is all this extra money. What are y'all doing with this money?
Maybe they should just put speed humps on 83. Shit, they put them everywhere else.
Oh, you ain't lying.
They
You're
got enough
lying.
concrete. They got enough concrete to make speed humps without filling the potholes. That's what's really weird.
It's just crazy
That's really
and
ridiculous. That's
retarded.
why the
So we
potholes
got,
aren't filled.
so we
They
got,
use all the
so we got
concrete to make speed
potholes.
humps.
So we got potholes in the speed humps. The
This is
metro,
the city
the
of
metro
potholes
car.
and speed humps. This is the city of potholes and speed humps.
Speed ups and potholes, the best you call up. So drive safely. Because
And
listen,
they'll put shoot. Let's not talk about the
and
stop
hold
signs.
on to
They'll
that
put a stop
wheel.
sign up in a heartbeat.
What you say, Marty?
Let's not talk about them stop signs because they'll put a stop sign up in a heartbeat.
A four-way one. They didn't came around.
A
They just turned a
four-way.
lot of these streets, y'all, in Baltimore City into one ways.
I
Um,
can't even think of the street name, but I
Everywhere
was over
got
East
stop
Baltimore
signs.
2 days
Like, yeah,
ago.
you got to stop. They want everybody to see you.
I can't think of
Everybody,
the street name, but I was over East Baltimore 2 days ago, and I'm
yeah.
trying to tell you, there was speed hump at the stop sign. And I'm talking about you drive a little bit, speed hump. You drive a little bit more, speed hump, stop sign. drive a little bit, speed
So
hump.
when you going through the
Speed
stop
hump.
sign, there's
It
a
was
speed
that.
hump.
Speed hump, stop sign. Speed hump, stop sign. Speed hump, stop sign. On one street.
Why?
It did not
Why?
make no sense.
Oh, so they probably wasn't stopping. So they slowed them down too. They was like, they ain't stopping. They slow. Ride the roller coaster. That's why I don't need to ride rides. That's why I don't. Because I'm on a ride every day up in the suburban, riding through these streets. And
But you
you know
gotta
how you see a
understand. When you
pothole
talk
too, you
about
be like,
speed hump,
oh, I'm
I,
going to see it. I'm going to hit it.
believe me, I understand the necessity of a speed hump. I really, really, really do. But now it's obsessive.
It
Do
is.
you know what speed humps do to a car's shocks
Stop.
and
And
struts?
everybody appears to want them though. When one block,
That's a
it's like
problem because now they put them out it's so
it's
many
like
of
the
them
domino
that now
effect.
you're
Once
gonna
you see
spend
them
most
on
of
one block,
every
trust and
year you're
believe they
probably gonna
coming
have
on
to
the
be
next
getting
one
new
next
struts and
week.
shocks. Every year you're gonna probably have to be getting new struts and shocks. That's something that usually would be 3 to 4 or 5 years before you need new struts and shocks. These speed humps are gonna make your vehicle maintenance go through the roof.
Right.
Watch.
And that's why people start trying to ride around them or go down to the thin end. Because
And I just
I
got my
mean,
shocks and struts replaced. So I
it's
know.
a mess. And did you even have that car yet?
No, I did not.
Speed humps and riding in these streets. Speed humps and riding in these streets. Well, that was the update. And we got into a little bit also to these speed humps, these dips and these bumps that's going on. And there was a whole bunch of dips and bumps with that mayoral election. But it is what it is. I gave a congrats, but since Monty wanted to be taken put me on the spot, I take it back. But no, I don't. Congrats.
You didn't mean it in the
Brandon
first
Stein.
place.
And also, congrats to Sheila Dixon. I guess to finally coming to the conclusion that enough is enough. That's it, folks. So, salute to the sister. She'll still be here. But yeah, Brandon's got it still up in there. All right. Also, one of our hometown natives who couldn't stay out of the news for some time, okay, is back up in the news again. And why she couldn't stay out of the news because she was doing a whole bunch of reality TV and everything. And then she was also involved in this very, very toxic relationship. Who am I talking about? No other than
He is
Baltimore.
so damn right. He is so damn right.
But
That is
look,
definitely millennium.
but listen, it's all good because this is not just my show, it's my family show too. What it do, Chad? We been missing you, yes. And he's definitely right. Look, going back on what we just was talking about. So listen, it doesn't only happen in Baltimore. These type of issues like this is really worldwide and a lot of urban inner cities. So Chad says first your struts, next your alignments, then a new car. And that definitely had me laughing out loud because he ain't never lied. That brother ain't never lied. And I live for Chad
Just
Carmen.
like you the
I
other day when you was like, you didn't even know they put a second one on my block.
I didn't. I didn't. And you said they put it in the same day.
Same day.
No, I didn't even notice that it was on the block over. And you said those was there before this one was there. And I was like, no way.
They all happened on the same day. Because remember, I was telling you, I was complaining to you that they made theirs so that they can park. They made theirs so that it fit a parking space next to it, where they made out mine on my street go all the way across.
Right. They ain't take it all the way over to the parking spot. They just kept it in the middle.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like, why didn't they do that on my block?
Yeah. But I did not notice. Them, it's the domino effect. Once you see them on one block, here they come. And then don't let it be no shock when you need them struts and them shocks and then alignment. And then you need another car.
All the way down. It wasn't just these two streets. It's all the way down towards Hammerjacks, where Hammerjacks used to be. Every street has speed humps now.
Goodness. Slow down. That's the slow down. We already
I'm not
doing
saying
slow
that they wrong. because they used to, how they used to tear through my street, just
Yeah,
speed all the way down to the stop sign, knowing
yeah.
that children play on the street and there's a one-way
Like that
street
was
with
like a little
one.
drag race, school race
Yeah,
right there, or
and my
something. Like,
street is tight.
why
And
you turn
you
up in
know how
the
tight my
street and
street is.
do?
My street is very, very tight. We're only one vehicle. There is no passing. You can't go around. If somebody's double parked, it's not like you can go around them. It's only one lane for one car.
And they did. They used to be
And they
coming
was
down here.
tearing through that. So it's very easy to sideswipe another car if you're
Yeah.
not.
Like, why you come through here and then start racing? Like, you turn in the block because you got to turn in it. As soon as you turn in it, and then you just start. Ooh.
So it was very necessary for the speed humps, but every damn well, like
Everywhere. Everywhere.
that
Right.
was
They
your
need to do
assessment. The
something.
assessment was okay. Let's just put them everywhere. All right, that street really needs them, but we're just gonna put them everywhere. Let's just throw them around. But we're not gonna fill in the potholes with the remainder of the cement. We're just gonna
Right.
leave those holes there as another
And what's
deterrent.
so crazy to me is it's very unlikely that the city will reimburse you for anything, even if it was like really a legitimately big pothole or something like that, like your tire went down and
They
it
are
bent,
supposed to
messed
reimburse
up
you
your
though
car.
if you get hurt, if your car gets affected by those steel plates.
Okay.
They are supposed to do something about that. That is something. I think either you can get an insurance claim where you don't, it's not like your fault, or something like that. But if those steel
Okay.
plates,
Like if
if
it
those
blow a
steel plates,
tire or
exactly.
something like that. That's what you're talking about? The ones
Yeah,
that they have like over holes that they
yeah,
working on
and
to be
they leave that inch like space on above the ground, and if that pops
Okay.
your tire or something like that, they are supposed to reimburse you for that.
Okay. But it's gonna
That's
take
their
you a
fault.
year. It's gonna take you 2 years.
Probably you probably have more chance of going to your comprehensive insurance.
It's gonna take you 2 years to get it. That's what I'm saying. So they got something in play to help you get your pay, but I don't know when you're gonna get paid, and I don't know what is the criteria because you already know it's gonna be some twist to that. But
Yeah,
getting
because I
back to
always like on Northern Parkway right now, they have I think you just mentioned another street. What was the street you mentioned? Boston Street.
yeah,
Where they ripped up the street and they got it
mhm,
all prepped for new concrete, for new asphalt to be laid. But in the meantime, you gotta go and try to maneuver around all the daggone sewer holes and all the daggone other things
yes, that's
trying to get over that street. So
yes,
doesn't
you ain't
make sense to
lying.
me. And I was actually talking to myself about this. Yeah, because I talk to myself when I'm riding in my car. I was talking to myself the other day, like, what is it with the planning for why you don't, if you dug that street up and you prepped all the all the sewer mains and the sewer lines and stuff for the
Hmm.
asphalt, what is up inside of that planning where you didn't schedule that stuff back to back so you don't have to put your patrons, your constituents through this hassle of waiting for you to lay the asphalt? Why would you dig the road up and get it prepped and not be ready the next day to lay the asphalt?
Right. And I think a lot of it too be like the not caring, like, because they don't care because they ain't riding through. And,
But
if
you
something
messing up
happens
your
to the car,
constituents'
they
vehicles.
going to,
That's your
if
main
something happens to
objective
their
is to
car, they
take
going to
care
be
of your
happy to get the
constituents.
pay for it and stuff. So, listen, y'all
Your main
absolutely
objective
right.
is to be prepping this road so your constituents can drive on smooth roading. So why does it take weeks for you to lay the asphalt down? That's the same thing that's happening out in Anne Arundel County on Furnace Branch Road, where they have torn up all this road and they prepped everything. All of the things got the little the slanted like things that try to make it smooth for your tires
Right.
to go over, preparing them to lay the asphalt. But that was 3 weeks ago that they tore the road up. And
Right.
they
Why would
still
you not
haven't put the
think?
asphalt down. So what's in the schedule that you knew that you was going to tear this road up? Why didn't you have it ready to lay the asphalt the next day?
Right.
Or that next night?
Why isn't this complete? Why isn't the job
It's so
right?
crazy.
Why isn't the job complete? Why isn't the job complete? Of
And
course
that's why
something
my
would
check
go
engine
wrong.
light keep coming on because of that damn road. It messed up. I think it broke one of my tire sensors.
Oh, but they ain't gonna pay you for that.
No, they not. No, they not. They're not.
They are not gonna pay for that. And of course something would go wrong with my system over here when I was trying to read Brother Chad's last statement. But basically he just said, yeah, it's all tied in. I believe what he was saying was that it was all tied in to each city problem is related, look, I'm stretching my eyes, to each other into businesses to get a person's money at the government as the government collects it and spends it on themselves. Hmm. That's what it is. Because I just now was asking Brother Chad, where's the money that y'all getting from all these speed cameras and all this stuff that y'all putting up that's giving people fines?
Yeah,
And
I mean,
then
the potholes, car
and
problems,
then
and vendor
when you don't
storage.
pay the fine on time, what they made us believe was something they was doing us a favor, right? Is that they chilled on those penalties, and those late fees. What I think that they determined was like unlawful. Like you can't do that because people was getting tickets, and then when they couldn't pay it, 30 something for them tickets was built up this amount and that amount and this amount and that amount. So like when I got this speeding ticket, I don't think because it's late is not no late fees or penalties
I
like that.
noticed that
That's
too. I
sort
didn't
of
see any late fees on mine either. It
no,
just said
it
a late
does not
service
because what
and it
happens
paid by the
now, Marty,
19th.
right? Because what happens now is that immediately the date if you do not pay it when it's due, the ticket fee will still be the same, but they send you a $30 flag fee to motor vehicles.
Mm.
So even when you pay the ticket,
Yeah, you
when
gotta
you
pay
go
the
to
extra
handle any
$30.
business with motor vehicles, you gotta pay that $30 before you can proceed.
Mm. That's
Ain't
weird.
that something? Ain't that something? Because I remember a time, remember they used to have all of those penalties on those tickets.
All right, I didn't mean to make you go back, but you can go ahead on,
Like
Christian.
every week, yeah, I went back, but
You can
sometimes
go
it
ahead.
be like that. Look, going back is good. Listen, we was reminiscing. Just don't look back, folks. Stay in this space
It's
right
an anger
here
thing. That's an
and
anger
stay
thing for us.
dead in this space.
That's an anger thing for us that drive for a living. You know what I'm saying?
It did. It is right. And God drive free. Even if you ain't driving for a living, if you in your car and God drive somewhere, yeah, that's just so irritating and it's frustrating to know that the
Those
conditions of the
speed humps,
road,
time is money. And those
yes,
speed humps add extra that make you waste more time.
yes, and the conditions of the road and
Not
stuff,
that I
and
want to speed, but I'm just saying you add speed humps to a traffic situation. That's a delay process. It delays us because we
yes,
got to slow down for the
absolutely,
daggone thing, daggone speed hump versus just being able to ride over a smooth road and stop at our destination.
yeah, absolutely. A lot of this stuff needs to be prevented, like far as in the transportation. I think a lot of these um schools in the cities too, like the arrival time or like the bell time and stuff, because they so dependent on the bus company and everything. Because some of these children gotta be to school 7:30, 8 o'clock. So that
Instead of
means
instead of revamping the technology that they're using, because there needs to be some
yes,
technology introduced to these daggone traffic lights too. I mean, you got the cameras where it's up there reviewing the traffic. Why don't you put those cameras to use? So if a car is sitting at a stoplight and there is no traffic in the other, going in the opposite directions, why are we
right.
still stopped? Turn
Why
that
are
light
we still
green. Turn that
stopped?
one red.
Why is somebody like for real?
Why am I
Yeah,
waiting three
seriously.
minutes for a light to change where there is no traffic? That
And
doesn't
then
make sense to
coming.
me.
Why can't be a citizen to go ahead and flip it? Like, okay,
When a
change it
car
back.
is present, right?
Right, because there's no weight right here. Like, you know what I mean? It could be like a weight or
They got
something.
cameras on
Put
traffic, on
under
those
the
traffic, and on every traffic light. There's cameras on every traffic light that's watching the flow of traffic.
oh,
They put
Lonnie,
those
you
to
was
work.
getting into something. You was getting into something. That's right. Put it out there in the atmosphere. Yeah, yeah.
It just
But
doesn't
yeah,
make
you
sense.
absolutely right. Look, we can go on and on and on talking about
Go
that,
ahead on
can't
the Christian rock.
we?
Stop being
Listen,
mad.
listen. I think it probably just sparks you going back because I said rock because there our cars be rocking. And it's like
Going over
driving
those
over
speed
rocks
humps.
out here.
Going over those speed
But
humps, the car rocking.
and of course we wanted to share our brother Chad. He had made that comment and that was funny. So we had to go back and talk about it because this ain't just my show. It's Chad's too, and everybody who joined me. And you, Marnie, the voice of reason. That's what I was talking about. Marnie, the voice of reason, that's in my background. Like, where he at? Y'all don't know where he at, do you? Where is he? He under the table, but he here. My voice of reason. So yeah, Christian Rock, what I was talking about, she's Baltimore own Christian Rock that became famous after being on reality talk shows and of course her how you say the word? Tumultuous, whatever. Look, I'm being toxic. I'm trying
Tumultuous.
to get Marty to talk to me again.
Tumultuous.
Relationship. What it is, Marty? How you pronounce it?
Tumultuous.
Tumultuous. Yes, that's
No,
it.
there's no L, but okay.
All right, so Christian Rock and his toxic relationship to Blueface. And we thought Sister was doing good separating from him when she was having her baby, who she named after herself, Krishan Malone Jr., even though I don't think it needs to be a junior if it's a man and she's a girl, but I guess because what, they had the same name. But okay, our girl Krishan, and of course, I don't know, maybe because she's from Baltimore. I'm always rooting for her. But sister, I feel for her too. Because something that man right there, you see him smiling, got rooted in her brain, put in her brain or something, because she is definitely for him. What happened was on Monday, on my friend John's birthday, um, and that's how it makes me go. That's how it makes me go too, just thinking about it. But keep on praying for the sister. On Monday, during the time, Miss Christian Rock was arrested. Yes, she was right here in San Fernando. Well, right there, not here. She from right here, but out there, she got arrested out in what was the courthouse? Yes, San Fernando Valley. She was detained by the Los Angeles Police Department. It was some photos that was obtained by TMZ showing her being handcuffed, and shortly after, her baby, 9-month-old Krishan Malone Jr., been taken out of her arms. I mean, well, I guess they took him out of her arms first, and then they had to handcuff her. But this was the situation. I thought maybe she was dead because, when the news came out last year, or was it the beginning of this year, when she was supposed to have assaulted that background singer at Tomorrow's Braxton show. That kind of lingered a little bit, but then it was back out that he was trying to pursue some type of legal actions about with her. And I don't think he wanted her arrested, months and months after the fact. But I think he was trying to get compensated for the trauma and the injury that he has experienced stemming from the event, with several of the way that it went wasn't Krishan's rendition. But nope, this arrest had nothing to do with that. It actually had something to do with 2 years ago, some charges that homegirl got in Oklahoma for marijuana possession and with intent to distribute. But while she was there in LA, while she was right there, is because she was there supporting him. Yes, he was supposed to be coming for a court hearing stemming from some case from back in October 2022 of a shooting in Las Vegas where it was one man that was injured. So Blueface was to appear in court on June the 10th, and Krishan decided that I'm going to go, right? With my baby. Krishan knowing that she had some warrants and stuff, because back in September when she gave birth to Junior, she was on an IG live session just basically explaining that she did have legal troubles. She knew that she had this warrant out here, and she just was saying that she was trying to handle it. She had paid fees and just simply trying to do anything she could do to avoid any jail time because she needed to spend time with her baby. But apparently her love and support for Blueface, not the baby, because at first she was saying, I can't go to jail, I gotta be with my baby. Brought her to being arrested because when she went there to support him, I guess they checked, when she checked in, they checked that name and they say, oh, she's a wanted fugitive. She's a wanted fugitive. And here in Maryland now, we know marijuana is legal, so it looks like a petty crime or whatever, but it's 2 years that it lingered. I don't know if this was particularly the case she was talking about when she was on IG Live, saying that she was clearing up. But the main point was that she ain't want to go to jail. She ain't want to serve no time. She was saying she ain't had no time for that. But she was so gung ho to go and support Blueface at this court hearing on Monday. And she wasn't the only one there. Nope. His other baby mamas, oh, they was there too. What's the show name? Jade and Alexis. That got the two, and Javon J. Porter, who is the mother of his first son. So everybody was there, but none of them, well, they said Javon wasn't there with Chris Sean. She was there, of course, supporting her baby father, and as well as Alexis. So it's like all of them was there, like sister wives. See, I'm telling you, boy, that boy Blue must got some, I don't know what he got. I don't know. I was ready to say like some blow because they's addicted, okay? And they is in there and yeah, they just ride or die. I mean, I understand she probably felt like all of them was going, and he probably just said something to manipulate her because I'm sure he's talking to her and stuff like that on the phone and probably like, yeah, but you ain't gonna show up for me. You ain't gonna show up for me. So and that's just me speculating. So she knew they was gonna be there and she was like, yeah, I'm up in here with the baby. And God arrested. It has no new information came out as to who the baby is in custody of right now. I am thinking that a family member, somebody, took him. Knowing her family were reportedly there, aside from who she was saying was family a little bit, was Alexis, the other baby mother. I don't think her and the first baby mother had any strife, but then I don't know. But she was there. And in the article that I pulled it from, it made a note that she wasn't there with her. So I just assuming again, speculating that it may be some issues there and why they wanted to definitely state that. But yeah, those warrants from Oklahoma, those charges from 2 years ago led to our girl being arrested. She is arrested. Well, I'm gonna say my girl. No, I'm gonna say your girl too. It's a lot of people, girl, because a lot of people live for Christian Rock. A lot of people do. You know, I really do. I like her positive personality, but she's so fucking dumb. Excuse my language. Like, yeah, she is so dumb, and we all been dumb. And when I say sis being dumb, I ain't listen. I ain't trying to look, sis. I've been there, and thank God I done got up out of that type of toxicity, out of them types of relationships. But come on, I mean, listen. What only thing that I would tell her to do is because some people can't see it when they in the box, and I don't know. I don't know when she looks at her reality shows. Like how when I get off the air, I look at my shows and my tapings and trying to be better, and I feel like they do make me better because I'm able to see what my glitches, cuckoo, and all that type of stuff is. But yeah, Krishan, look at it. Look at that. Look at all of it, sis. Look at all of it. Look at all of that. Go back. Look at your, I don't know if you can look at your IG lives when it was interactions with him. But just go back. Go back and look at all that. Look at that stuff when y'all was on, they had their own reality show too, didn't they? Or was it just Blues and she was on there? I know the one about love. But no, they did too. They had one too, where it was just them and it was their relationship, right? And that's what, oh yeah, it really blew up. That's before the baby and everything, all like that came about. And people just watched it. People watched it. And why they did watch it and why I call her dumb, I still have love for her, like many of us out here do from Baltimore and around the world. And everybody basically sees Blueface, but that devil for exactly who he is. But I mean, he's young and he's growing and everything else like that. But he's definitely toxic. She is too. I'm sure that stems from a lot of trauma, him as well. So listen, I don't want to bash with neither one of them, because listen, they not old enough to be my children. But I hate to see them going through. I just hope both of them get the help they need individually. And what I know as far as them gathering, like I know trauma bonds when I see them. That's really what it is. They bonded over their trauma and them being toxic. But girl, you should have not been. All that stuff you've been through and stuff, I ain't saying don't. Look, if y'all can get to a space where y'all cordial and y'all cool and everything else like that, look, find me. But just because it's your baby daddy don't mean that that's your friend. And in saying that, we show up our friends at Coavers. Okay, what I'm saying? And a friend surely wouldn't have been expecting you to show up knowing that you had the warrants. And somebody that was your friend should have told you that that wasn't no good idea until you cleared it up. Because this is like, just open you up again to an embarrassing situation, something that you didn't want, you did not want to be in jail, do any jail time to be taken away from your son, and then look, you done had Junior, and you done involved them. Damn, you done got Junior detained already. What the baby did? She done got the baby. She done got the baby locked up already, Marnie. What the heck is that?
The jail door closing.
Those was the bars. She done got that baby detained, Marnie. Now he got a record with the court system because you know they had to write that down in the down in the notes that he was taking, and then as soon as he get out, yeah, you 30. And then when he get out, Krishan, what is he gonna do? But get back to playing with you and watch he gonna use that. Watch he gonna use that. Watch. I guarantee. Look at her. She looks silly. Don't she right there? That's my girl though. I went to the Winter Fest and I enjoyed her performance. I recorded the whole thing and I definitely showed her love. I'm proud of her, for making it, because I know how hard it is to be in the city and how much people just hate on you from being from Baltimore. Love you too. It's like a double-edged sword, right? They love you, and then they don't. I know about that. I know about being a black woman, a young black woman that trying to make it into that reality world. But I'm just not with, and I just can't feel, because I used to be into a lot of those shows, right? Loving hip hop and stuff like that. But I just can't feel what they display and what these people choose to display and share about their lives. Because it'd be the most raunchiest, toxic stuff, even though it's life, but it's kind of like they put it in the limelight like it's okay, or like this is the norm of what happens, and like none of it is norm. Like we was talking about the potholes, like things just be happening, and it's just so much the normal to us, and in no way has any normalcy to it at all. But we just be living like it be normal, and it be so normal, so we just let things go, let things be. You get what I'm saying? We be condoning a whole bunch of stuff that we should be correcting. So yeah, I ain't really into them shows like that. Even when her situation and all that stuff was being shared on IG lives and on other social media platforms and stuff, I used to be watching it and stuff. A lot of the stuff, how I kept up with it is from like reading articles or reading somebody else capture on it or whatever, but not sitting there all day watching that messiness, because I understand and I'm real careful about the food I take in. But I'm not really with it because I don't like what they allowed to be displayed. Like it started off at first, like with a lot of those black reality shows, like it started off like it was trying to show you the positivity or trying to empower. Like when they did Love and Hip Hop, okay, these relationships and hip hop and stars, people trying to make it be world renowned artists and stuff like that. And then even with the other shows, Married by Medicine, look, these are all black doctors, stuff like that. And then as the time went on, it's like they was watching them and we was watching them, but I guess the views ain't go up until something happened, something messy happened. They talking about each other, they fighting, they doing this. What's the other one? Basketball Wives, and the show what their life was about and their businesses, how it was married to somebody in the NBA, and telling their family and their story. So it seemed to like started off positive, and then that stuff just went haywire. And it's just no good. It's no good. But I was like, yeah, and I don't like it. And I don't like how we are portrayed. Not only portrayed, but how we get portrayed to be living. Like, I know a lot of that stuff is not happening all the time, but the fact that how they report it and showing it through these TV shows, like, yeah, this is what happened, and like, yeah, this is okay. You know what I mean? Then we got people talking about it, like I'm talking about it now, all over social media, just talking about it. You shouldn't be doing this, and you shouldn't be doing that, and everything. So while I'm proud of her, I'm also disappointed that she would make that move. Because you just done was talking inside temperature. You ain't got to prove no points to nobody. We know you love Blueface. We know you do. But I'm just asking you, love yourself. Love yourself and love on that baby. and love on these babies. Yes. Yes, they do. Them shows do. I'm trying to read chat comments. Excuse me, Chad. Look, I'm coming up here close up to my camera. You might think it's close, but it's far away, right? And yes, he said that these shows exploit their personal lives, and it does, and what I'm saying is that we see a lot, like, on the business side of it, what's going on in their personal, what's going on in their, in for as the business, but the stuff that they were showing about their personal lives, like they chose to show everything negative. Like even if somebody was pregnant, they gonna show, and it could have been a lot of the moments, like how they did their taping or their recording that were good moments. But even in all of those moments, they were definitely going to pull out and highlight something negative. Like it's something that just was always going on. And I don't think that that's always the case. And the way that it put it to me, like when I used to be watching it, like, oh yeah, that's the norm. See, they got
But in
money.
all
They going
fairness,
through. Go
but in
ahead.
all fairness,
Mhm.
you gotta understand, because I did a reality show that it didn't go anywhere because it was boring. But
It was. Yeah, I
but
think I keep
but it
something
was
good to
boring
you.
because you don't realize how many hours and hours of recording goes into doing a reality show. Most of the stuff that gets left on the kitchen floor is boring.
Right.
Get those instances where something might give a little bit of excitement, you better believe they're going to use it. And if it
Yeah.
has to be a fight or something like that, that's what they're going to use. They're not going to use all that boring stuff that they got because who would watch? Everybody cooks dinner.
And I
Everybody
get
goes to
that.
the market.
And I
Everybody
get
goes
that.
to walk, come
And I
get their
get
car
that.
washed.
And I
So they're
get
not going to
that.
use that boring stuff. They're only going to use the stuff that's going to get them eyes, get them viewership. But it's a lot
Listen,
of stuff that been left on that has been left on the
y'all
table that
preach. I
actually
get
might have added context to those
it.
fights, but
Yeah, I
they couldn't use it.
preach. I get it because, like I said, I used to be in those shows, but like I said, it's not for me no more. And that just works like that across the board. Even like with this talk show, I'm like, I talk about stuff. I talk about stuff that is, current news, stuff that's happening locally here in my town, other cities, anything around the world, different things that come across me, and I'm like, what in the what? But
But that's exactly
I'm
why I
looking
said there
at
couldn't
I'm
be a
looking
Real
at these
Housewives.
other I'm looking at these other internet shows, right? That and I think my show is interesting. And I think, I'm getting better and better and better, but I'm looking at these other shows, right? That
But that's the
are
reason why there couldn't be a Real Housewives of Baltimore. That's the reason why it couldn't be.
wow.
Because ain't nobody gonna want to watch you killing roaches. You see what I'm saying? No one wants to see what you do on your mundane day. The day that you're doing nothing, the day that you're actually doing nothing, and the only time that you do something exciting is on Saturday when you orchestrated a fight. Because what are you doing Monday through Friday here in Baltimore? Not a goddamn thing.
It ain't gonna show us nothing but what they doing stunting.
That, my
That's
point
what I'm saying.
exactly. That's what I say. There couldn't
All
be.
the
That's why they
shows
went to Potomac. That's why they
all
went
the
to
shows
Potomac
be
and got the
stunting,
whole
and they
thing.
be saying they ain't really got no money either. It's just be like on the splurge, and people be donating and doing that other stuff. But I was saying I was putting it in reference to the same thing, like about these talk shows and these internet talk shows or whatever you call them, podcasts, however you call them. And I'm like, yeah, that like these people that's on here, they got the messy shows where they always talking junk, and you know what I mean. Yeah, people tend to look at them more.
But that's not your
Whatever. So,
everyday life.
my show have a little bit of that. I think I call it the what and the what, but the what and the what and the what and the world is all the messiness to me. But at the same time, I'm on here and I'm trying to encourage people. I'm all, speaking a positive message, just always trying to be the positive. And people don't like that. That's not interesting to people. Now, if I was only here cussing and fussing and talking about one and bringing people in and really, highlighting some drama that I know that's here in Baltimore amongst different, groups that I may be around or, different things that I may interact and engage in, people would be on it. If I was giving what's the tea?
Mhm.
with the tea all the time, they would be on it. Well, I would think
So I
so.
have a question. What is the tea?
What is this? Mm, I ain't got none, but I do got a little
Oh,
bit.
well, shit.
Well, the next team, that was Krishan Rock, baby. And listen, them police rocked her world. Lock that girl up. Oh, June and stuff. On my birthday. I ain't gonna forget that. Locked her up. Yes, clink, clink. And got that baby arrested. She was taken away. And yeah, your legal issues are not all done, Krishan. I don't know. Keep the listing out for that that the charges that I said or something that was supposed to be happening legally with that background singer because he's back trying to pursue something as well. But hopefully it won't be no jail time. Krishan got a little bit coin now from this message and a little bit of coin. When I say little, I really mean big, the opposite. So pay attention. A little bit of coin. Yeah, she got them pearls. So hopefully she'll be able to pay her way up out of these legal stuff because that's what she gonna need them funds, and especially with that guy, that background singer, trying to come back and pursue whatever he's pursuing right now. Yeah, he want that change. He want that change because he said when the rock rocked him, it changed his life. So we gonna see everything. He said it changed his life. Yes, look at him. He said it changed his life. He said his teeth was stripped. He said he still has trauma. Yes, you did, because you know his rendition of what happened ain't what Krishan said was happening. They said him right there was being fierce, and they said Miss Krishan speared that face, or she was saying that Shane never hit him or something like that though, like it was hype or something. But I don't know. But he coming back out the woodwork, and he was on an interview a few months back talking about it, and had let out that he definitely was pursuing of some type of charges. He says, "Is that root?" What is that? What does say? What
It's
does
that root. You talking about there's a spell
Oh, ooh, well,
on
listen.
Krishan. On
Oh yeah,
Krishan.
they say Krishan. They said Krishan put a root on him because he said he ain't never been the same ever since that happened. But you know, that's the one that made it famous from singing about them Miss Patty pies. Ooh, line. So I don't know now. Because I had them Patty sweet potato pies and they just got her face on it, but they ain't gonna tell me Miss Patty cooked them pies or came up with that recipe. They ain't that good to me.
The recipe also has changed too. I don't know
That
what it
is
is.
not that good to me.
But yeah, the first one I had was all. It was. I ain't gonna say it was spectacular. It was all right.
Not how
Now
he was singing.
I'm talking about in the beginning, in the very beginning, when they was
Okay.
at the limited, when it was only a limited amount of them being put out.
Okay.
Remember in the beginning when he started singing about them, it was only a limited in limited stores, only in Walmart. Remember?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was a different. They
And he
had a
was
different taste.
singing.
Now they
He
look more
sung
like
his heart
pumpkin
out.
pies because now they look more like pumpkin pies. They real
They
light.
nasty.
Sweet potatoes are not orange.
Oh, that's thing you moving
They're
around in
pink.
the chair. I was like, I gotta get me a pillow. But in the chair got a pillow on it. Well, they might be worn. I had this chair for quite some time. But yeah, he was thinking about them patty pies online. So somebody
That's what
said,
I said.
oh, what
Now
you
they
mean?
different. When they think they were all right. I ain't gonna say like I said they weren't the
They
best,
were
but
all
they were
right,
all right to
but
me.
they wasn't like how people. You know, when he sung that song and he did all of that for real, he should have definitely got some commission off of her sales because when him singing that and eating that pie and that went viral, people were really flying to Walmart and them pies were flying off of the
He
shelves.
got something. He got where he is today because of that. That's
Yeah,
why.
definitely so. But what
And
I'm
it's not
saying
like
is
he didn't
that
get anything.
they were
He
all
went on
right,
Patty's show. He went on her little show and everything. He was on a
right?
commercial.
They was all right, but they wasn't like how he was.
That's why I said they're totally different now. I don't know what they
How
taste
he was
like.
singing, right?
The last one
I
I had,
got one. I got one. I tasted one, and I don't
I
even
never bought
like
one.
sweet
I've
potato
always had
pie
those from
around
somebody else.
Thanksgiving. That thing would have been gone, but it wasn't. It was nasty. I mean, now I
Person
ain't
that
gonna say
actually
nasty. It
makes
was all right. It was all
sweet
right,
potato
but it
pie.
wasn't. Yeah,
I
it
don't
was
buy
nasty to me. I ain't no. I ain't gonna be. It was nasty to me.
As
It
I
is
say, as a
interesting.
person that
I
actually
ain't
makes
making her
sweet
lose no
potato pies,
change.
I don't buy sweet potato pies.
Look, I ain't making her lose no change. I'm telling the truth. It was nasty to me. So I don't know. He stung and lied about that pie because he acted like it just was loud in this world. I forgot the song they was singing, but baby sang like that pie was making him sing like that. But I guess he just was trying to highlight his talent. And he did good. He got where he at. He background singing for tomorrow and everything. And he didn't got rocked by
My
rock. She didn't
name
give him
is
some of that
Tamar, not Tamar.
tomorrow. I say tomorrow. I say tomorrow. I say tomorrow. I'm gonna say how I want to say it, Mom. You know, it's
No,
tomorrow.
no, you're not
It
going to say it how
is
you want to say it.
Tamar. It is Tamar. Listen, Tamar. But listen, I hope Krishan had already got out and she ain't got work too tomorrow. I hope she got out already. But keep it up, keep it open, because now that she locked up, maybe he gonna be coming back out or something. I don't know. Again, but he already in the work and trying to get his change. But Krishan said it ain't happened the way they said it happened. She said they was down there being fierce, and I can believe that. He probably was down there
Right,
being
but the
fierce.
problem is even if they was down there being fierce, is that a right for you to put your hands on someone? No,
No,
it's not.
and I didn't even think that was that. Like she was saying, like somebody was in her face or whatever. They was trying to make it more than it is. Because I remember even they was emphasizing like Tony Braxton ain't want to hold her hand or whatever, but like they was like in a
So
prayer
you didn't know who
circle,
she was.
right. And Tony was somewhere else with her thoughts and her spirituality, and I think she's somewhat of a germaphobe or whatever. So they were saying that
Yeah,
that
she
wasn't
came
the
up and was
case.
like, she put her arms on her. She was like, Tony was like,
Like who is
hold
this?
on.
Right, like who is this? And that was some time ago. Was that last year?
That was last year. Mm-hmm.
That was just last year. I thought it was some years back. But then also this is with the T. This is with the T. And it was a little bit TMI, should I say, that Gail King, yes, Miss Gail King, y'all know Oprah Winfrey's bestie, made a statement on CBS morning show with her anchors as they were interviewing a book author, David hold on now. Robluski, David Robluski, who just listed a book that Oprah has listed on her book club, one of her book club picks. So what happened? Apparently, Oprah wanted to be present when this offer came to the show. She wanted to be there. She wanted to welcome him. But what Gail said to why she couldn't be there. Yeah, they say it was TMI. Like it was, and it was. I mean, her just saying Oprah had the stomach flu. So apparently, she wanted to be there. Oprah wanted to be there, and Gerald in her statement said, but this is not quoted, guys. What she said is that sorry, Oprah couldn't make it. Okay. She had some type of stomach flu where stuff was coming out of both ends. I mean, I don't want to get too graphic. Look, after that comment is made, right? But where stuff was coming out of both ends. I mean, I don't want to get too graphic. But needless to say, she ended up in the hospital dehydrated, IV, and everything. So yeah, it was a very serious thing. Baby, didn't Gal get a thing? She just told all that in the business. She had to say, okay, baby, you didn't have to tell Oprah to make it. Ain't nobody know. I guess it was gonna be like a surprise. You could have told him that before y'all came on the air. Oprah wanted to be here. You know, she got sick. That's it. We didn't even know Oprah was coming for the I mean, people knew that they were interviewing the guy, I guess, because they announced it, you know, the author that he was coming. And I guess Oprah was going to show up like a surprise to welcome him because she put the book on her book club list. But ain't nobody know, Gail. You said too much. And then she goes on to say, well, she hopes that Oprah would not be upset with her or that she's not mad at me for sharing that detail, but she wanted to kind of make it clear that, you know, coming to meet him mattered to her. It meant a lot to her. And she was really displeased that she wasn't being able to make it. So she had to make it, I guess, saying like, oh, she was really sick by saying all this because she didn't come. I was like, girl, you said too much. You could have told this Rubluski, Mr. Rubluski, that before y'all even came on the air. That's what I'm talking about, my space. See, some people just get to talking and then for whatever reason, Like we was talking about the reality shows when they get that little money, people just stay wherever and just talk. People got the smartest mouths and talk so dumb sometimes. So I don't even know how she would know that. And then you come to say, I hope she wouldn't be mad at me about them details. Details. You ain't even have to give no details. Ain't nobody even know. And even if you started off and said the stomach flu, that was it. Oprah was going to come today, but she felt ill, and that's why she couldn't make it. That would have just been appropriate. So the anchors, the anchor, her co-anchors, I guess, or however it goes, on that show, it was two men. It was a man and a lady. They appeared to be concerned, a little bit shocked at the statement that she had made. And they expressed their concerns, their wishes for Oprah to get back better. And the author, he like chuckled and laughed, like, if he anything like me, that's what we do, right? We laugh and their nervousness and everything else like that. Well, probably just was funny. Like, I probably would have laughed too, like, what did she say? And I know Oprah, she was watching, like, Gail, what'd you say? Why you sold all my business? Oprah is to the T while her reporting. And she was like, yeah, you already had to say that, baby. The show is not about me. Talk to this author. So yeah, I'm sure that she heard it, but that was her T. And it was this TMI. I mean, my opinion. It was just too much. She ain't had to say all that. Brother Chad, I heard you. Or, look, I see you doing some things and I seen you making some comments on some things and I wanted them to hear me. But look at this. You see this light, but that system still ain't getting right. I apologize that I missed them. But make sure y'all read my brother Chad comments because he's talking about what I'm talking about. This is what we do. We be up living up on here. I had to get out the way. One of the last things happening somewhere else that I just want to kind of talk with you. I told y'all I wasn't gonna get to everything. There's no way I can get to all the what and the what's and the what in the worlds, but just keep them coming, okay? Inbox me or just come out in the chat and talk to me about the what and the what's that I'm talking about. Or if you got some what and the what's and the what in the world, you hear me, brother Chad? You throw it up in there and we're going to get to talking about it. That's how we're going to do it up on this show. We're going to talk about it. Anytime you need any info about the show, don't shy away from emailing. Email at info@beexposedradio.com. Also, if you want to be a guest, just come on up in here. This is your quest. Be my guest. Be my guest. Listen, it's your destiny. I don't know. Everybody wants to be a guest until it's time to be a guest. I done already told y'all what I think that's about. But listen, hey, you are always welcome. You too, brother Chad, you too. Come on here and be a guest. Let us hear your voice. Guest at beexposedradio.com. If you're going through the emails, please do go to my page. You better live. That is a page on Facebook. Spelled just the way it sounds, just like the way you see it right there on the screen. And then you're going to see me like this up in the profile picture. Like that page, share that page, tell a friend and tell a friend. Watch my show and then come back again every Thursday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Yes, we're going to keep doing it. We're going to keep on going and approaching this year. And August in a couple of more months. Y'all know my birthday in July, right? 729. Just like the hours of the show, my birthday coming up. And then in August, it will be 2 years. 2 years that I was doing better. You better live. So you better live for it. And you better keep on living. This last what in the world is certainly that. Because y'all know when I bring it to you, I bring it to you. But the reason I'm bringing it up is just to piggyback. Because I always got to inspire. And you got to be confident in your space. In my space, friends, don't be ashamed to let somebody know when you need your space. And please understand when your friends need their space. Even though it is ideal for us to always love and support one another, care for one another. If you know that someone is going through, be there for them. But at the moments when they're going through and they just need their space, let them have their space. And you as well, because sometimes you can't get through it like you need to get through it until you get to it. And a lot of times that's gonna be by yourself. So I need it. I need the love. I'm still opening up to receive the love and receive the support. But if you feel like I'm not open to it or whatever the case, if I ain't calling you, whatever, and you know what I'm going through, I'm not being open to your visits or whatever else the case, it's no love lost. I'm just in my space and I still love you. I hope y'all got that message, got that witch name. This next what know what is something that we know all too well here in America is yes, the underserved communities. And a lot of these underserved communities are not only underserved in a community, but also in its hospitals. This one brings up this next story. Dr. Jonisha Brown, yes, Dr. Janisha Brown, who is in Charlotte, had a postpartum heart attack, had a postpartum heart attack, but it was misdiagnosed, and she said she got dismissed. But what stemmed from her experiences was a nonprofit she developed and discovered her nonprofit. I'm trying to look for the name. I'm gonna get to it because you know my notes be everywhere. But let me tell you the story first. So basically, what happened 10 days after she gave birth to her second child, her and her husband, Eugene, I believe that is. I was reading that note last. Eugene and her sons. Look. I'm gonna get better. Because when I watch this taping, I'm gonna be to a girl, you knew all of this. And how, when you get to it, you act like you don't know how to do it. But okay. She has started this organization. I don't got the name yet, but I'm gonna give it to y'all before we get up off of here on spreading awareness to Black women about birth, their pregnancy, about before they give birth and after they give birth. And the reason why that stemmed from that is because she was misdiagnosed 10 days after having her son. She was sitting on the couch and she experienced like really, really severe tightening in her chest and breathing or whatever. And she knew something was wrong. She immediately went to the hospital, but what were her concerns? But when it's thus in the documentation, she also made that comment too. One of the amounts it's listed as complaint, right? So I told y'all that word and sometimes how they put stuff and make people think about it differently too. So when she gets there, she immediately goes to the hospital. She gets there, she's sweating profusely. She notified the nurse that she has vomited several times and that she is afraid. She's scared because something has happened and is still happening, and she knows that it is not right. That nurse kind of dismissed her. Okay, you still got to sit in the waiting room. She goes into the waiting room after coming out of the triage and stuff like that. So she's in a waiting room, and actually, while she's sitting there, one of her friends who was at her home before she went to the hospital visiting her that same day, I believe he had left, but then when known that she had went to the hospital for her concerns, not her complaints, he came through to the hospital, right? And when he seen her, story says in the way that she's telling it, when he came to see her and he seen her face, he went up to the triage desk and was like, listen, something is going on with her. Y'all need to get her in the back immediately. And his friends of hers was a fellow doctor who was a white man, right? So they got her back to the back. She got to the back. The doctors begin their observation and she's telling them what's going on. And the doctor, she said she feel kind of dismissed it as well and was saying that, well, maybe it was heartburn or she was having a panic attack. Okay, because at this time, she was complaining of pain. She didn't get any pain medicine, so she was in the back. That's another thing. They don't think that we had the same pain levels or whatever. They think that we can handle more or whatever. Always lying. But she contributes that to basically saving her life because she says that in an event when you are having a heart attack, pain medicine and different stuff like that does help. But that's what it was. The only reason that they were able to discover that she had a heart attack was because of the routine of them taking labs, taking her blood. So, part of the process, and when she got back to the back, they took her blood, and it's something that shows in your blood on several levels that can tell whether or not you had a heart attack, and that's what it was. So it was not any test ran like an EKG, even though sister was complaining, and, chest pains, telling them what her experience was before she got there and that she was vomiting. All symptoms, by the way, of a heart attack, but it was not perceived as that. And what she says that she realized from her experience, and then discovering and starting up this nonprofit organization where she does that, to empower and educate, teaching Black women how to advocate for themselves in that health system. She says she learned that her story is not nothing new. It's not an anomaly. Like, this happens, and it happens all the time. So she is from Charlotte. And since then she has studied these statistics in the field, and right there, and some of the things that I was just saying, about like that language and the documentation and the medical records and stuff like that. She says that is a difference in how they write up stuff, when it's us, or when it's Black women, is a difference. Instead of concerns, it's complaints. Instead of, it was something else, yelling and screaming, like somebody might be in pain, instead of it saying kind of like they were in pain, so like they were moaning, or say they were yelling, they were screaming. So she said that does a lot. And while all things are not always pointed to the race, she did point out, she did say that it's because a lot of times they don't understand, so they can't understand where you coming from, and then all too goes back on the stereotypes that's out there about us. So she pointed out that maternal death is 3 times as high for Black women as it is for white women. She is a family physician and a professor. Okay, come through. And she just was saying some other stuff that she found out. White doctors are more likely to misdiagnose serious medical complications or issues, and then miss concerns than with white women. So, far as like the treatment or what they choose to do with you medically, a lot of times that's always come to what they're going to do very fast, or what they think that it is very fast. So a lot of times in the medical field, we not being heard like we should be being heard. She said even when she was in that moment and the doctor said to her, it may be heartburn or a panic attack. She knew it wasn't that, but she said it kind of it stuck, and it kind of silenced her. So it's like, you damn it you do, you damn it you don't. If we don't say nothing, we're not heard and we're dismissed. And if we do say stuff, then we too loud and too proud and we don't know what we're talking about. Also, we know that there's a narrative put out there that a lot of times while we have the most not good, I'm gonna say, medical outcomes, is people are made to believe that we just don't take care of our health, like we don't follow up with our primary doctors, we don't we live unhealthy lifestyles. A lot of us live unhealthy lifestyles, so a lot of that is put behind that narrative as to why our outcomes in the medical field aren't not as successful as it is, with white people. So that's put out into play too. But yeah, she suffered a heart attack. They try to dismiss it. And what came from that was her starting this nonprofit organization called Birthright. That's it. I got it. I finally got to the note and I finally seen it. So her organization is called Birthright. It's a nonprofit organization that works with Black women to educate and empower them about before and after they give birth. So inside of that, she says that while they're doing that, she does want to evolve that organization to be doing more stuff on studies and surveys about what I just shared with y'all about the little mistreatment and the dismissals we get in this medical arena here. And she wants to do that to make it better and to improve it. So just like she said, she knows she's an educated Black woman. But just from that experience, it shut her down. And she's like, no, people need to be talking about this stuff and be doing more about it. So yeah, it is a Black maternal health crisis in the United States, which she said, and I was misdiagnosed. Yes, her husband's name is Eugene, and she has 2 sons, Ethan, who is 10, and Ellis, who is 6. This happened after 10 days after her pregnancy. She pretty much had a healthy, smooth pregnancy. But when she was on that couch and she felt that pressure on her chest, she knew something wasn't right. And she went to go get it addressed, but it was dismissed. And if it wasn't, and in the interview, she said she hates to mention that her white friend doctor came and kind of got them to push the things along, but that was the reality of it, and that's what it was. So yeah, later she did learn that it was the heart attack. From the point that they did follow that procedure to take blood, right? So they found out it was a heart attack, and it is a rare condition that she had. It's called spontaneous coronary artery dissection, SCAD, SCAD, where it's sudden tears that occur in the artery wall, causing blood to pool behind the walls, creating an obstruction. So that's how she had one. That's very rare. She went to the hospital right away, but that lady was like, "What?" She ain't coming there sweating. She's like, "Oh, I know something is wrong. I'm a doctor." Yeah, her friend had to go up there and tell her too. See, sis ain't even going there pushing that weight either like that. She ain't even do that. The friend went up there like, "Wait a minute. Look at my friend's son named right. She's a physician. She needs to be seen immediately." And they took her on back. She ain't even going there pushing that weight. But yeah, all of that was going on, and yeah. She said she's already been serving in her capacity that she felt in the underserved communities, for the most of, I guess, her career as being a physician. She said, but this experience turned it to personal for her, when before that, it really was just clinical. It really just was business. But this is the business, because she really took that personal. So I shared about the notion. I shared about the nurses. And yeah, and just know, folks, bias don't have no look. It don't have no look. And sometimes some biases, because it's so embedded into our society that it's the norm, that people don't even know they're being biased. Just like I realized something, we don't even realize that they being racist. That's just how it is. That's just not saying how it is. I mean, they just so used to it. Just like we was here and we was getting accosted and stuff like by the police. We knew it wasn't right, but we were so used to it. These potholes, we know they ain't right, but we just so used to it. Give me my space. Okay? Make me want to scream and start singing that Michael Jackson song. I is. That was it. And that was also the last page of my book. Okay. Did that. That's almost 2 years of stuff ago. I think I started with another book before. So I was ready to lie. But I hope y'all enjoyed the show. Robert Chad, I feel some type of way that I couldn't read what you was going to say, but I'm going to go back and watch the show and I'm going to read it and I'm going to say it or talk about it and bring it up probably. Some points that you did say next week. So don't you leave me. Don't go nowhere. Make sure you come back, same time, same on station. And just like I told you, I've been trying to get y'all some guests up on here on Living It, because we got a lot of people in Baltimore and even other places, because I ain't only interview people in Baltimore. That's the great thing about being able to do this and stream it, whatever. I can interview from anywhere. And I'm going to try to put my Gemini spirit on my back. Listen, we can talk about anything, anywhere, with anybody. Come on through here if you live in it, if you're a guest. Okay? If you live in it and you're a guest, or even if, listen, you live on here and you come, or you living for the show, come on here and be a guest on here. If you live in it, fam, you better live, fam, and you live in it. Come on through here. I told you, everybody want to be a guest, so it's time to be a guest. Trust and believe, y'all. I be working, doing what I can when I can do it to get people up in here, but then something So they got low me. I told you when I say the little, I mean the opposite. Everything little. I really know that I'm a big thing. Even if you don't believe it, listen, I speak it into existence. I put it out there in the atmosphere because this is my space. And I know God forever has his grace, mercy, and love over it. So say what you want to say. But one day. See, Brother Chad, now we be getting on what? Maybe what? For one person. You might be on here by yourself a lot. But listen, it's going to go up. It's going to flourish. And we're going to make it do what it do. And when we make it to the top and we drop it, yeah, we gonna share with everybody, everywhere. Because you know I love y'all. But on that note, listen, if you ain't supporting, no, I need you to support. Like the page, share the page. When I'm on the show, make sure you comment and share my content. Yeah, share this. Whatever you watching right now, share it on your page. Share it live, share it. Say that I joined in on the show, or I looked at this, or check this queen out. However you want to word it. Listen. You even these days, I told you people like controversy and stuff. Whatever you don't like about it, share that too, and that's gonna make people. That's what's going to make people come through. Go ahead and share that too. But also, while you dollar them little fingers and you got a little bit change, just stay. Yeah, help me out here. Money sign. Be exposed radio. Listen, everything add up. So whatever you can add up and you can give, bless your heart here. God loves you and bless you. Make sure you come through with that. Listen, because these Wi-Fi, what is that? Internet bills, these cell phone bills, these equipment bills. Y'all say, I ain't got no equipment yet. They getting higher and higher on top of everything else. So if you send it to that money sign and Big Exposed Radio, okay, we definitely make sure it's going to be made or made used for what it need to be used for, so we can keep on bringing you your news, your views. Well, our views, but they're yours too, okay? Your news, our views. It has to be exposed. Listen, y'all, life is a stage. There's no time to rehearse. So play your part and keep it smart to that day you in that hearse. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? I had to get y'all new wrong. But y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it gives. It's more than like the dime. So yeah, you better live. I'll be back next week. I'm excited tomorrow over in the west side of Baltimore. I am putting on with my good girlfriend. Shout out to them too, my good sisters. Hey, my girlfriends, they my sisters, guys. Keisha, Waleed, and ladies. And yes, Tanika, who does her decorating thing and all of that stuff. They coming to help me out. These people, oh my goodness, y'all. It was a lot. But guess what? When I say God for you, what can be against you? And it is all working out. So I got a lot of running around to do tomorrow, but it's all going to be worth it. And celebration of the women who give us love over here in the west side of Baltimore, Sip and Paint event, completely free to the youth, to their moms. And we ain't even excluding them in because they had a whole bunch of father and son and father and daughter stuff and all of that. But yeah, Mother's Day is every day, so we're gonna celebrate. And me over here, my new robes, a lot being said from that, from what people I was hearing them say that they needed to do that. So hey, I'm there. God put me in that space to love on these women, for us to love on each other, and I'm excited about it. And again, shout out to everybody who answered that call when I put the note out that I was having some little difficulties. I'm telling you, it brought me to tears. Sister Keish, Tanika, Jamila, Mika. Is another lady on there that does some decorating as well. That Keisha has shared it. Shared my post on her post, but then said some other things too. I mean, they just share it. She shared it and said what she had to say, and she summoned the people. Okay. So that was a blessing, and we're gonna do this thing. I'm gonna take some pictures. I'm gonna take some videos. And some other things going in the community. And I'm trying to be there and trying to get some exclusive footage. Like only me, okay? It's only me. So we'll see. But in order to know, you gotta watch the show. Watch the show. I'm gonna see y'all next week. YBL, I love y'all. I'm about here.